folks. It's showtime.
After the hour of 7 o'clock, and it's Bobby the D, Bobby Darin for you, and Murray the K here on the swinging soiree. He's got
admitted free. Now, once again, here's Alan Free.
Thank you, Stan Burns. And now, here we go. The next section of our rock and roll party is brought to you by Friendly Fuss Stores, New York's #1 home appliance and television retailer.
The go-go music of WABC. The biggest hits of the day, plus the biggest hits of recent years. Presented by radio's most popular air personalities, the all-American team of WABC. Herb Oscar Anderson, Cousin Bruce Morrow, Charlie Greer, Bob Lewis, and yours truly, Dan Ingram. You stay with 77 Radio, all-American go-go radio, WABC.
It's 8 minutes after 6 a.m., August the 2nd, 1983. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, radio station WHTZ signs on the air. Signing on the air, this is WHTZ, Newark. It's time to wake up.
This is Scott and Todd in the morning.
I just mentioned the date today, Friday, February 7th, 2014. You go back to June of 1991 when Scott and Todd did their first broadcast together.
Yeah.
And today is our last broadcast together.
What?
It's our last broadcast together. That's it for me. Out the door. That's it. So, it's been a great ride, my friend. That's all I got. So one more time, I got to say thank you and bye, buckaroos.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again.
And now, the tradition continues. Serving the universe from the greatest city in the world. New York. Scott Shannon in the morning on WCBS-FM and HD1 New York.
It's a little bit after 6 a.m. Monday, March 3rd, 2014. Time to turn the page. Shannon on the radio one more time around. Welcome to my new home, New York's legendary 101.1 CBS-FM. Yep, it's time to wake up. Yeah!
CBS, the thousand took us to the best. Scott Shannon on the air. He's funny, got good hair. Patty's feel nice. Now she's been here for the whole ride. John Elliott, whether we feel so good, it should be illegal. Brad Blank's always on an international correspondent. Sue Allen, she's fantastic every day. She's got the traffic blue. Louis, super. He's executive producer. And we cannot end a song without Kermit the Wonder Prop. Scott Shannon, take a bow. The big show is the best in town. 1,000 shows for Shannon in the morning. Gotta crank it up louder with Shannon and Maddie. 1,000 shows, the big show won't shows, a build of good shows.
radio.com theater.
Are you listening?
It's the Shannon in the Morning 1000 Show Spectacular on CBS-FM.
What a crowd! Good morning, everybody. 6:09, 9 minutes after 6 a.m. I got goosebumps back there when I heard March 3rd, 2014.
Yeah.
Wow. I heard Patty talking about it yesterday. She said, it just seems like we've been here about a year, but it's been 4.5 years.
How did that happen? And why did they keep us?
How many of you people in this room have never been to a live radio broadcast before? Show me the hands. Yeah, that's good. Well, welcome. This is how it's done. I'm not saying it's real professional, but
it's not going to be pretty.
This is how we do it. Let me go around the table and introduce you to everybody. If you're listening at home, this is right, left on your speaker or on your phone. We have Sue Alley here today.
Hello, everyone.
And I got to tell you, Sue brought enough people with her. We don't really need a studio audience.
She has an entourage.
She has her entourage from Long Island. Next to her is the incredible John Elliott. We appreciate him. He's like the train engineers in Jersey. He just takes a sick day whenever he needs to get out of there. He's here today. Oh, we're going to do political humor all day, huh? The funny thing about it is, when he's on TV, he dresses up. He comes in here and looks like he's going to a picnic.
Yeah! He's on vacation. He came
It's
back.
radio! And I wear the sport jacket and the nice shirt today, so... I guess it all depends on what you do on a normal basis. And next to me is my friend, one of my best friends of my whole life, Patty Steele.
You don't know what that means to me. I've known him a long time. We weren't always best friends.
Better known as Golden Throat.
Oh, thank you.
What does that mean?
Right?
I don't even know. What does that mean? I didn't say...
HR, are you out there?
That was golden, not deep. Next to me...
No, what?
Next to me is an old friend of ours we invited down here. He fills in on CBS-FM quite a bit. My old buddy, Ross Britton.
Thank you.
And on the very end, where we always sit the Australians on the show, it's Brad Blank. He's celebrating anniversary also, 18 years.
With Scott.
Working with me.
Yeah, that's right.
And
been a tough marriage, but beautiful.
And this is most of the time it's gone smooth.
Yeah.
Especially when he's wearing the Miley Cyrus high heel
That wasn't
shoes.
good. Yeah, he dressed me up as Elmo one day, back in the good old days. Yeah.
He's been
Nearly
through
died.
it. He's paid his dues.
More mature this time round, which is good. Yeah.
Right behind him is our radio executive producer, Louie. And way back at the studios, it's Kermit the Wonder Frog. He's running the board this morning.
Hooray!
Wow.
Hey,
We've got some other people we're going to introduce you in a few minutes. But first, the official weekend forecast from you-know-who.
I got to tell you, it is going to get better. But today, you got a heat advisory in effect. You've got an air quality alert. You've got a risk of severe thunderstorms. High of 88 will feel like the low 90s. Tomorrow, you're at a 40% chance of showers and storms. It bumps later in the day. You're right around 86. And then Saturday into Sunday, cool air. So Sunday, just like 78 degrees.
Wow.
And we should see some sun later in the day. So it is going to shape up.
The New York Yankees have a wonderful bunch of ball players. The only problem is when the pressure's on, they have a little problem, it seems. Last night, they left the bases loaded in the ninth inning. They lost again to the Rays, 3-1 in the Bronx. They kick off the series with the Blue Jays tonight at 7:05. And aren't they having that big reunion tonight? They're having a reunion of the 1998 World Series team. Derek Jeter will not be there, but he's busy running. He's busy.
But how do you bring the 98 team back and you don't have Derek Jeter?
I don't know. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's tonight.
Okay.
And then the Mets put a doubleheader with the Phillies.
That's a
First
weird
game, they scored 24 runs.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
24 to what? 6?
24 to 4.
Earlier in the season, that'd be about 5 games worth.
But then they lost the second game.
Yeah, they lost the second game. And congratulations to the Staten Island Little League team. They beat Des Moines, Iowa, 5-2. They go to round 2 of the Little League World Series in Williamsport. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more of the Big Show 1000th celebration. 6:14.
Shannon in the morning, celebrating show number 1000 on CBS-FM. Now, here's a message from an FOBS, friend of the Big Show.
Hey, Scott, I want to congratulate you on your 1000th show, and so do all my friends. Unfortunately, these guys won't be around to see your 1001st since you do such a good job of promoting Stu Leonard's Turkeys on CBS. Anyway, you're a radio legend, a rock star. I'm just proud to be your friend, and congratulations from the bottom of my heart. And by the way, one last thing. Take it easy, buddy.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
1,000 shows since the Big Show started. 3 minutes for free. With Jen and Patty John, it's time to party. Get up and on your feet. 1,000 shows.
Celebrating Big Show number 1000. CBS-FM.
Hey, Boomer and Gio here at WFAN. Scotty, you and I have been working together for how long?
A little over 6 months.
How many shows is that have we done?
I don't know, a little over 100, I don't know.
180 maybe?
Maybe something like that, yeah.
You realize that Scott Shannon is getting ready to do his 1,000th show?
1,000 friggin' shows?
We're going to be together a long time to catch up.
Wow. Does he have his own T-shirts, though?
No, you don't have your own T-shirt.
Yeah, take that.
Take that.
Get your own T-shirts and talk to us, huh?
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
Thank you, Boomer. Thank you, Gio.
That was funny.
And by the way, a minute ago when you heard Stu Leonard, it sounded like he did that tape from his bathroom. Now, keep in mind, Louis has not showed me any of the FOBS Friend of the Big Show videos. I'm hearing them and seeing them for the first time. All of the studio audience can see them also if Joey gets the video running in here. What? But they'll all be posted online. But Stu had a special one. What the hell was he doing?
He was, you know how every year he goes out getting ready for Thanksgiving to turkey farms?
Yes.
And shops for the ones that are going to...
I don't know if I like this or not.
Scott's head is on like 100 turkeys.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
Wow. He was so excited. He called me. You got to see that. You got to see that.
Not me. I didn't call her. Stu did.
You didn't know.
And look at Broadway over there. He thinks that's funny. Put his head on it. Put his head on 100 turkeys. See how he likes it.
I love it.
Well, I guess you're a breast man because you like...
And a leg man.
Now, by the way, Joey we're Facebooking live as much as we can this morning. There's some kind of a legal deal about whenever the songs are playing.
We don't want to go to jail because of the 1000th show.
Well, if we're going,
I'm going first.
You're going in there, Patty. You follow us on Facebook, Joey from Staten Island going live, radio.com theater. Go to facebook.com/WCBS-FM. As you know, we've been playing some of the magic moments from the past 4.5 years. That's hard to say. 4.5 years here on the radio at CBS-FM. And we did a feature for a short time. Does anybody remember the feature we did with John Elliott? Was it a daily feature? Uh-oh. It was because he really prides himself. He's been to about 8 different institutions of higher learning. And by the way, they mentioned last night on Jeopardy, they mentioned one of your former colleges.
What?
Wayne
State University in Detroit, Michigan.
Wayne State University was on there last night. But anyway, we had word of the day because he prides himself on using like 12-syllable words.
Vocabulary, yeah.
And he knows in his heart that I'm a high school dropout and I got no idea what the hell he's talking about. So this is what happened one day when we were doing this. This is one of the reasons we don't do it anymore.
I want to go back.
Here's the John Elliott word of the day.
Today's word of the day is polyflesbian.
Polyflesbian.
I know
After the game, Cub fans were positively polyflesbian.
What's the definition?
Polyflesbian is a loud roaring noise or making a loud roaring noise, and in appropriate context, it can be celebratory. Polyflesbian, use it often.
Thank you.
Okay. What? I use it at lunch today.
Polyflesbian.
I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Polyflesbian. It's like lesbian with an F.
See, there you go. I knew that would come up. Polyflesbian.
That's a shock, isn't it, to you?
It's not polyisa, it's polyflesbian.
I didn't think it was Isa.
You were intimating some kind of... I can't wait until you run for office. He does not like lesbians. Polyflesbian.
All right, that's enough out of you. I think we've offended enough people. We've got big problems with Mr. Elliott.
Yeah.
What? Many people, including one member of our cast, has tried to look up your word of the day. Mm-hmm. The listeners are complaining that they went to look it up, so they want to use it,
properly.
Here's what I'd like you to do. Go to Merriam-Webster.com, because that's where I found it. Polyphloi.
H.
We left the H out.
Oh, well, what do you know about that?
I can't even begin to tell you the filthy places that came up on my computer when I went to look that up.
If you spell it wrong, you're actually, it directs you to Anthony Weiner's homepage, and that you want to avoid that.
Trust me, you're 100% correct.
It's even worse than that. I ran out of room to write it down.
But if you go to Merriam-Webster.com, it will ask you once again, why did you look up this word? We need to flood it with Scott Shannon, just for kicks.
No, don't put me in there. Pronounce it again for me.
Polyflesbian.
Polyflesbian.
Yeah, polyflesbian.
Well, you can understand the confusion, I hope.
I think the confusion with that word comes with the PHLOI giving you the flat instead of a floy. So we definitely flat, not floy.
Not a floy.
Exactly.
You got it, Brad? Good. Fantastic. There you go. Now that's why...
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I didn't get the
No,
spelling.
you misspelled it.
No, wait a second.
And Patty looked it up.
I just looked it up.
It's filthy.
The first two things are straight college sex parties, and the second one is Larissa Lovedoll. Larissa.
How you doing over there, Channel 2?
I take that to church on Sunday.
Could we, first off, explain something?
He made it up.
I did not make it up.
You made it up.
When I do this show on a daily basis, which may or may not continue, I am not this close to this esteemed group. I'm way far away, and it's a little camera.
Oh, that's why you can't spell.
No! That's why sometimes the timing and the vibe and the overall love is not there. So I'm always trying to catch up to your brilliance.
Wayne State University. Anyway, that's why there's no longer a word of the day, ladies.
Bring it back, pal.
We gotta bring it back.
We want more polyflesbians.
Yeah.
Intimidating.
They're taking over.
That's just great. It is the Big Show, live and direct. Thank you all for getting up and coming in this morning. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we'll do the weekend blast off. Brad, you have to find somebody to take over John's part. You know.
You better give him the copy, because you know who gets pretty touchy about
you know who.
Grab your knob.
And right after the blast off this morning, along about 8:15, we have our special surprise guest. He'll be right here sitting where Ross is right now.
It's a he.
He's going to kick out. It is a he.
Okay, it's a he.
He or she.
Madonna's not coming.
No, Madonna's not coming.
Where is Madonna today?
Out of the country.
She's listening, though.
No, I don't think so. Right. Not yet. But we do appreciate her participation.
Or not.
Back in a flash at CBS-FM, live and direct with Big Show number 1000.
Celebrating Big Show number 1000. CBS-FM. And now, here's a special message from Deborah Norville.
I can't believe it. 1,000 shows at WCBS-FM. Congratulations, Scott Shannon. What an incredible accomplishment. And on behalf of every New Yorker who has a horrible commute, thanks for making it bearable. Here's to lots more time together on the radio.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
CBS-FM remembers the Queen of Soul.
It's Aretha Franklin.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me.
The Queen of Soul. Aretha Franklin.
We have made great strides, but we still have a long way to go.
CBS-FM remembers the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
Celebrating Big Show number 1,000. CBS-FM. And now, here's a message from Chris Raggy.
I mean, is there a congratulations big enough for this crew? Scott, Patty, Sue, Louie, Kermit the Wonder Frog. Guys, congratulations on 1,000 shows on WCBS. I have been listening to you as a group collectively since I was a baby. So the fact that you've made it to 1,000 at WCBS is a tremendous, tremendous milestone, and I'm glad I can share this moment with you. Congratulations. Keep going.
Shannon in the morning. CBS-FM.
Now we are live and direct from the radio.com theater, which is located in Hudson Square, beautiful Soho. And we have our usual morning show staff, along with special guest Ross Britton here this morning.
Thank you.
And
I'm on my knees.
Also one of America's finest, greatest DJs, in my opinion, Mr. Broadway Bill Lee.
Look at him. But that's only your opinion.
Bill, I'm not an expert in insults, and I know you have sharper ear than I do. Was that a little bit of a slap from Chris Raggy right there?
The very fact that we may be advanced in age because of our decades of broadcast experience might have played into that.
Wow.
You know him too, John. Is that
No, that was heartfelt, and he nailed it on about 8 takes.
Should I?
Yeah, I worked with Raggy in Hartford, and that's good for him.
Should I be turning the other cheek and waiting?
I don't know if turn the other cheek is the metaphor I'd use.
I'm not buying it.
I got you. A special hello to our promotion department, Karina, Raquel, and Jessica. They did a great job. And Karina's angels are being decimated. One of the young ladies is leaving us today. Jessica Petrosino is going to become a school teacher.
I love that. I'm so excited for her, yeah.
I'm hot for teacher.
Jess has always got a smile on her face and always happy to do whatever needs to be done.
She'll be wonderful.
Did they put the food together? The food out there was fantastic.
Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah.
And speaking of food...
Oh, we have breakfast supplied by the wonderful Stu Leonard, who had turkey heads like your face.
Turkey man.
Right. Now open in East Meadow and Farmingdale. Cake supplied by Lisa's Pieces Cakes. Check them out on Instagram at Lisa's Pieces Cakes.
What kind of cake you think we're going to have today, gang?
What do you think?
Carrot cake.
And drinks supplied by the wonderful Trio. Low-calorie organic fruit drink infused with birch water. Scott and I both love this.
I love that. I had 2 big bottles yesterday. I had one on the 9th hole and the other on the 17th hole, if that tells you anything.
What were you doing?
And we're losing our summer intern, who's been just wonderful. Juliana Ross. Going back to Manhattanville, we also want to do a shout-out to the entire entourage from Long Island. Now, Sue, who are all these people?
46 relatives here.
46 relatives. We'll start with my daughter, Emily.
Hi, Emily. Emily doesn't look like she's happy at all to be here.
She's not supposed. She's a teenager. She's not supposed to look happy. That's her job.
And who else you have?
Get off the phone.
We have my mom, Lois, and
Hi, Lois.
we have my husband, Joe.
Hello, Joseph.
Hey there, guys.
Good to have you, man.
Scott, can I interrupt you for just a moment?
Certainly.
How many people just love the way Sue has added to this program?
Huh?
What a great addition to the big show Sue has become.
Right now in a little phone booth somewhere, there's a guy going, "Damn it! What are you talking about?" I know. We love Joe, and I want to make sure we mention Mr. G, who was a part of the show when we started, and Mr. Joe Nolan, who remains a dear friend of ours. I thought about it. I was watching, Louis had a clip of his kid his young boy, Rocco, out at the Jets game the other day, and I heard Joe in the background, "It's another Jet! Heard him back there. And also Susie Cerrone, who was a part of the show back in the day. Now, Brad, you're out there wandering around in the Isle of Misfits. What else you got?
Well, you got a lot of fans from the old days, Scott, from Z100. Over gentleman here, Michael Freeze. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Brad.
What did you present with Scott this morning?
The original Z100 shirt when we all had hair back from 1984.
Wait a minute. Some of us still
Yeah, some of us are lucky. That's true.
How did you win that T-shirt?
Oh, we didn't. We had to buy them back then. They didn't give them away.
Oh, we gave plenty of them away.
We bought them at a drugstore in Rutherford. They told us what stores to go buy them in.
You sold people T-shirts?
Well, we didn't have any money. When we first started Z100, it was a small company out of Cleveland, and they didn't have any money, so we didn't have a weather guy at that time. We didn't have any prizes. Honest to God, I used to have to send the kid down to the record store to get
buy records
or CDs back then. Tower Records was open, and we had a young man who used to go down there. He used to work for the young man, I believe, probably, Billy.
Now, is that Ross Britton, everybody?
Yeah.
Give him some love.
Yeah, I did that.
No, he didn't go get the records. Frankie Blue used to have to go to Tower Records. The record companies didn't even know we were alive over in the wilds of Secaucus. But I don't want to reminisce too much. It is the big show, celebrating our 1,000th show here on CBS-FM. And I got to tell you something. As a lot of you know, I've been doing this for a while, but I've never had more fun than with these people up here with me today. I love the people who run CBS-FM, and I love the people who listen to it. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for giving us the chance. Coming up, Mark Rivera will be here in a few minutes. Whoa. He hardly is ever on the show. But I love this guy, and he'll be here in a few minutes.
Nothing like a little sax in the morning.
And we have a wonderful group that these guys do Blythedale every year, 613. You guys remember this group?
Yeah. Great.
They have put together a special composition, a song for today, and they're going to be up here and doing it live in a few minutes. And then around 8 o'clock, we'll do the blast-off. And at 8:15, a special surprise guest who hasn't been on the radio in quite some time. They'll join us right here on CBS-FM.
The home of New York's greatest hits. WCBS-FM and WCBS-FM HD1 New York.
A radio.com station.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the greatest city in the world. New York. It's the Thank God It's Friday. Shannon in the morning. Big show. Yeah. On CBS-FM, New York.
Celebrating Big Show number 1,000. CBS-FM.
CBS-FM. Scott Shannon in the morning. Wait a minute. This ain't Scott Shannon in the morning. No, it's Jon Bon Jovi, and I want to wish my friend Scott Shannon 1,000 shows on the air. Congratulations, my brother.
Shannon in the morning. CBS-FM.
You know, the only problem with John is he's too busy to play golf. So I play golf with his daddy.
Right.
It was more fun than John anyway. 7:09.
But he sent you a lovely
John's
video.
always thinking and doing stuff and touring and selling that wine.
Yeah, big.
7:09, John Elliott is with us today in the CBS-FM broadcast stage. He's got the weekend forecast, I hope.
All right, here's the deal. And I'm going to be honest with you because I like you. It's hot, it's humid, it's sticky with a chance of strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon. 88 will feel like the low 90s. Tomorrow, it's a cold front. Tomorrow's not shaping up to be a great day. Do not let it stop you. Do not let it keep you away. But there could be some more storms on your Saturday. And then by Sunday, you're 10 degrees cooler with a shower or storm in the morning. So the weekend not shaping up to be the best, but skies are always sunny with Scott Shannon. It's 79 right now, 88 steamy, sticky, stormy degrees
Any
later
hail
today.
this afternoon?
What the hail? Not only could you see hail, you could see brief flooding rains, which will likely end up in my basement.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
Right where it belongs.
Hey!
By the way, in case you just turned the radio on, you got back in town, we are celebrating Big Show number 1,000 with a live broadcast this morning from a special theater. Scott and Patty here with Sue Aller and John Elliott. I got Broadway Bill Lee running around here. Ross Britton is one of our special guests today. And you can follow the action on Facebook. Joey from Staten Island going live at Facebook.com/WCBS-FM. And then when we're off this morning, you can see all the performances and get a feel of what was going on here. For those of you who couldn't make it, have a special podcast with highlights. And on our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Scott Shannon, WCBS-FM. Every year we do, I think it's my favorite show of the year, our final show from Blythedale Children's Hospital, where we hang out with the kids and the staff at Blythedale, which is absolutely amazing. And these guys have volunteered to show up there, and they do a phenomenal job. There's 6 of them, and they work hard to bring Hanukkah music to the mainstream. Because let's face it, you got radio stations that do nothing but Christmas music for about 6 months out of the freaking year.
It's true.
But how
they already
many
started, I think.
But how many? Yeah, Light FM started playing Christmas music yesterday. Our program director, Jim Reiner, used to work there, was at one of their big Christmas parties last night.
No, he was not.
But these guys are doing their best to bring Hanukkah music into the mainstream. So please welcome Mike, Eric, Craig, Nathaniel, Jacob, and Morty. They're the a cappella group. No instruments allowed with these guys. It's 6:13. Now, this is an original song you did just for us.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a Bruno Mars song.
All right. It's a Bruno Mars song that they have altered. How's that?
There you
Yes,
go.
indeed.
Please welcome 613.
This is that age-old Passover tale that's retold. This is what we listen to while eating through those matzo pieces.
This is not Blythedale. We're supposed to do the special song, remember?
The special song.
1,000 shows.
Oh, I know. The special song.
I think I know which one he means. Guys, special song on 4. 1, 2, 3.
This is that big show, that 1,000, that blast off. This one's for them radio girls like Patty Steele, straight masterpiece. Aller, traffic, Kermit goes to the movies. We got the DA of the day. We got knuckleheads in the newsies. He's Scott Shannon. We got the weather weasel, John Elliott man. He's Scott Shannon. We got Brad Blanks. He's the mystery man. He's Scott Shannon. On WCBS-FM, he's Scott Shannon. 4.5 years together. Break it down. Brain bustin' Louie. Brain bustin' Louie. Brain bustin' Louie. Cause show 1,000's coming to ya. Cause show 1,000's coming to ya. Cause show 1,000's coming to ya. Cause it's Friday morning, we'll make you smile. 101 on your dial, hit it. 101 on your dial. 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 Hey, oh. Before we leave, I want you all to repeat after me. Said Scott's 1,000 show. 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 Every morning they'll make you smile. 101 on your dial. Hit it. Scott's 1,000 show. Scott's 1,000 show. Scott's 1,000 show. Scott's 1,000 show. Say with us. Scott's 1,000 show. Say with us. Scott's 1,000 show. Scott's
live on CBS-FM. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you at Blythedale.
I'll be there.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it for Mike, Eric, Craig, Nathaniel, Jacob, and Crazy Morty. 6:13. Coming up, Mark Rivera, the Weekend Blast-Off Spectacular, and at 8:15 or thereabouts, a very special surprise guest. It's all happening live on CBS-FM.
Celebrating Big Show number 1,000. CBS-FM. And now, here's a message from Tony Orlando.
Hey, 1,000 shows. God, that's unbelievable. Really. You know who's really lucky? The millions of people that listen to those 1,000 shows. And you know who else is lucky? All the artists that you've made famous. You made us all look good, sound good. You always gave us a break. You always were honest in your opinions. You come to see the show. I like this. I'm not too crazy about that. And I listen to every word you say because you're the best. And a friend, no one loves you more. Congratulations, my friend.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM. Shannon in the morning, celebrating show number 1,000 on CBS-FM. Now, here's a message from an FOBS, friend of the Big Show.
Hi, I'm Gilbert Gottfried, and I'd like to congratulate Scott Shannon on 1,000 shows on CBS-FM.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
You're unbelievable.
CBS-FM remembers the Queen of Soul.
Miss Aretha Franklin.
R-E-S-B-C-T, find out what it means to me.
The Queen of Soul.
Aretha Franklin.
We have made great strides, but we still have a long way to go.
CBS-FM remembers the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Shannon in the morning, celebrating show number 1,000 on CBS-FM. Now, here's a message from an FOBS, friend of the Big Show.
Hey, Scott, Mickey Dolenz here. Congratulations, 1,000 shows. I was a CBS-FM morning guy, so I know how tough that can be. Congratulations, and here's to another 1,000 shows.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
Yeah, Mickey had a run as him. Anybody remember Mickey on CBS-FM? He was awesome. Celebrating Big Show number 1,000 with a few of our close, warm, personal friends here today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think we need a live audience every day. I love this. Everybody's so sweet.
I love them. This will be tough.
Oh, come on.
I can't wear my shorts and my golf shirt. They'd all go, what's wrong with you? Don't you dress up? I got to tell you something. When I first came to CBS-FM, I always wanted to come here, but I didn't want it to be under the circumstances that happened to occur at that particular time.
You wanted it to be a choice.
As I said this before, there was a person in my life, a young man from Atlanta, Georgia, thought he knew what he was doing in radio. He didn't know a damn thing, and he thought it was time for me to retire. And I said, you know what? I told the guy, I said, I'll retire, but I'll figure it out on my own, not some young ass from Atlanta, Georgia.
Go, Scott.
And the rest is history. And we put the band back together and came back here. There was some other carnage from the other show that people had been kicked to the curb before me. And I put them all together. One of them sitting to my right and the other one sitting to my left. And we got on CBS-FM, and the station was kind enough to support us. And we went to number 1 in the morning first time back in 2015. And the last time I had the number 1 morning show, I was working with Ross. It was 1988. That's a gap of 27 years. Wow. And I have to thank all the devout listeners. Which is a devout? the special listeners from CBS-FM and the people who came with us from the other station. Because that was a great feeling, let's put it that way.
You can thank that ass in Atlanta, too, because the bottom line is, he put you in a place to go to number one. So.
Without him.
Yeah. He didn't mean to.
So thank you, John, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I appreciate it. So, and we have so much fun in the morning. It's just such I hope it comes through on the radio, because we have a wonderful family, and they're all up here with me, Sue and John right there, and Patty, and my friend Brad Blanks over here celebrating his 18th anniversary with us, and Louie and Kermit, the rest of the crew. Now, we've made a lot of friends in the past 4.5 years, many listeners and a few people in the entertainment business. This is a guy who, I don't know, I forget how I ran into him, but I never knew him before, never met him, and he became one of our best friends, and he's a wonderful, wonderful man, not to mention a great musician. I think he's got to work next week. Doesn't he have to work Thursday night?
He works all the time.
Please welcome Mr. Mark Rivera.
Blow it, baby.
Woo! Come on around over here. We got a place for you.
Or on my lap, if you'd like.
Wow, Patty.
All right.
Yeah.
Was that Golden Throat?
That was Golden Throat. Mark Rivera is here. And this is number 17 appearance on the show.
Wow. Is that all?
That's it. I remember back when, I don't know who it was. Does anybody know who had the record on the Johnny Carson show?
Oh,
there was somebody who appeared there like a jillion times. And the same thing.
Amazing Kreskin.
No, it wasn't Kreskin. But in the same thing with American Bandstand, and Dick Clark, Freddie Boom Boom Cannon from the old days had been on that show the most times, and you have the award, the special.
Am I approaching that pinnacle?
Yes, I think you have the pinnacle. You're sitting on it right now. But this December will complete 5 years for you and your friend Billy at Madison Square Garden for the residency. Was I right? Are you working next Thursday night there?
Yes, unless you heard something I don't know about.
No, I don't know anything about it.
No, it's Thursday night. It's his 101. Show number 101.
And what a nice tribute to CBS-FM. Billy Joel doing show number 101.
Show number 101.
Is there anybody in the audience who has heard Mark on the show before, and you have a question that's been burning in your soul, and you just got to ask him something? Has anybody got anything that's been bugging you? Thank you. Good.
Thank you for saying nothing.
He's nobody cares about
Nobody cares.
what. No, they care. Believe me.
They care to not ruin my reputation by asking questions to my.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
So I'm intrigued. A musician of your caliber, working with world-class musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys rehearse?
We do, sound check, make sure that, at this point, the Garden, I don't want to sound like too cavalier about it.
A grizzled veteran?
No, it's like a dinner club for us. It's so.
Well, you guys make it sound
good.
that way. It's such an intimate feeling. It's the greatest.
Well, it's Billy. That's Billy.
But you are too, though, because I was.
You're very kind, but it starts at the head of the horse.
Yeah.
And
you're absolutely right.
That's better than being at the other end.
Yeah, that's that right. The 100th show was amazing. You go to the Garden, and anytime you step on Madison, the stage of Madison Square Garden, is unbelievable in general. But we had the guests come up. I don't know if you know, but the boss, Bruce Springsteen, came up.
Nobody heard about that, really. What are you talking about? You don't know if we know.
We got to do 10th Avenue Freeze Out and Born to Run, and the crowd was lesbian.
Yeah. See what I mean?
See, that's the word. Just so you know, polylesbian is a word that just rolls off my tongue.
Yeah.
About 8:15.
We're talking to Mark Rivera. Let me ask you a question. That night when you did that, did it occur to you that you were up there playing the part of the big man?
Of course. I mean, there's certain things that...
Sax players kind of like relate to one.
Well, look, there's to me, there's King Curtis, Junior Walker. I mean, these are, again, I come from the rock and roll. People talk about John Coltrane and Charlie Parker, but these guys, to me, Junior Walker, Clarence, these guys...
Small club.
Small, yes.
Small club.
Well, you know what? I'm honored to be a part of it and to have I mean, when I with Foreigner, Junior Walker played the solo. I played the bits before Urgent, but the solo was Junior Walker, and it's an honor to be in that circle of people.
You know what? I like to tell you about all the things he has done in his life and things he's involved in, but it takes too damn long because this guy is never home.
I need to be closer. I'm sorry.
He's always touring, and you do a great job with Billy. And one of the things that I said a while ago, I said it on the radio, is that I've seen Billy sing a long time. I saw him sing before he ever had a big hit record.
Before anybody knew him.
I saw him in Memphis, Tennessee when he sang Fats Domino and Elvis and all that and packed the nightclub. I've never seen him sing better than he's singing now.
I have to agree with you, and he's comfortable. We joke about it how this will be my 94th show with him at the Garden.
Wow! Congratulations, Mark Rivera, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to hang out with us a while. And if anybody thinks of a question, he'll be here if you need him. In the meantime, checking in this morning is another friend of ours. She's been very, very busy taping Kitten Bowl 6 all week. Yeah. You know who that might be?
Yeah.
Huh? Beth Stern, good morning.
Woo.
Can you hear me?
She fell back asleep.
Oh, no.
No.
How about now?
Beth? Now she's gone. Introduction, though, wasn't it?
It was a great introduction.
She's going like this. I can't hear you, Scott. We'll check in with her later on. No big deal.
We'll get it back.
I told you it wasn't going to go that smooth today.
That's how you know it's live.
Coming up, we'll blast it off at 8 o'clock this morning, and then our special surprise guest will be here. Take a quick break. Back in a flash. CBS-FM Big Show number 1,000.
Harder. Shannon in the morning, celebrating show number 1,000 on CBS-FM. Now, here's a message from an FOBS, friend of the Big Show.
Hi, I'm Christian Hall. I'm Michael Longoria. I'm Daniel Riker. I'm J. Robert Spencer, and we are the Midtown Men. 4 stars from the original cast of Broadway's Jersey Boys, and today we're sending a video to you, Scott Shannon, because this is your 1,000th radio show. That's unbelievable. We're thrilled that we were part of at least 2 of those suckers in all that time. Yes. And I don't think anyone in radio deserves accolades as much as you, Scott. You've been a supporter. We love you. We support you as well. And congratulations, right, guys? Congratulations!
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
Celebrating Big Show number 1,000. CBS-FM.
Yo, Bob Saget here in front of beautiful Cinder Block. Congratulating Scott Shannon Show. Oh, my God, Scott, 1,000 shows. Congratulations. That's unbelievable to you and your crew and everybody. And thanks for entertaining so many millions of people for so many years. And I look forward to seeing you soon. And I'll bring my Cinder Block background with me.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
Okay.
I'll explain later.
Get to me later. 7:56 at CBS-FM saying congratulations to the Staten Island Little League team. Yeah. They beat Des Moines, Iowa yesterday, and they're going on to round 2. They play Houston Sunday morning at 11 on ESPN. I got Ross Britton, who stays on top of those things. He knows all about that. Brad Blanks is with us today. Over here I have Sue Aller and Mr. John Elliott. Patty Steele next to me. Thank you, live studio audience, for being here. Coming up, we're going to do the blast-off, and right after the blast-off, we are going to have a special surprise guest. Do we have someone to help us count down? We got someone from the audience. I want to get someone because John is too busy doing selfies. And
You're
with
on
us this
vacation,
morning,
aren't you?
let me hear it again from Mark Rivera from the Billy Joel Band.
Thank you.
And we managed to find Beth Stern. Good morning, Beth. Whoa, let's hear it for Beth.
Oh, yes. I wish they had. Okay.
No. Is this the other Beth?
Yeah, Mr. Beth.
Oh, thank you.
We're not sure actually ourselves.
You know what? I didn't even know 1,000 shows was a thing.
It is now, buddy.
Well, it really wasn't, but we have a low budget here, so we figured we'd do something to
Celebrate nothing.
Well, I'll tell you, you'd think by the 1,000th show you guys would have had it together. We were on hold, and then we got disconnected when you picked up, and I said they're going to eventually get it right by the 2,000th show.
That's another problem. But we got it worked out, Howard. Thank you so much for checking in.
Well, congratulations and all of that. And, gee, it makes me think with my time on radio, I better go count how many shows I've done. I think I'm up to 27. So we'll see. All right. Well, happy 1,000th show. Here's Beth.
There you go. Howard.
All right, I'm back.
Beth, Howard doesn't have to count that high. Was he do 2 or 3 a week now? Oh, I'm kidding you. They pay him pretty well to do the 2 or 3, though. Don't worry about it. Oh, you know, aren't you guys are doing that big thing in the Hamptons tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, we have a big event for North Shore Animal League America that I'm hosting, and my friend David Spade is doing a comedy act, and my friend Joshua Radin, who's an incredible musician, is going to perform, and we have some surprise guests. It's just going to be a really fun night. I've never done anything like this before, so it's going to be great.
Now, let me ask you, because everybody knows that you foster these kittens and you take great care of them. Do you have a kitten outpost? I know you have a place in the city, you have a place in the Hamptons, you have a place in Florida. Do you have kittens at all 3 locations?
Whenever I'm there, the kittens are wherever I am. I don't leave kittens where I'm always with them.
Thank you. An empty house filled with
But
kittens.
yes, I have foster setups in each location.
How many kittens right now at home?
I think I have 18 in the foster room, but they're all almost ready to go to their forever homes. So it's been a crazy summer. So many kittens. This kitten season has been, I think, bigger than ever, which is so heartbreaking because nobody's spay and neutering their animals.
Right.
And they fly kitten air, I'm sure, from place to place.
Oh yeah. But I just spent all week taping Kitten Bowl 6 for Hallmark Channel, and I worked with 100 kittens, and all of the kittens are available for adoption this entire weekend with no adoption fee at North Shore Animal League America in Port Washington. So there's 100 kittens just sitting there waiting for a forever home. So hopefully your audience will get to Port Washington today after they listen to this 1,000th show.
See, is that Howard coaching you?
Yeah, Howard's coaching me right here.
He's going, what is
He's the one that figured out that 1,000 is really not a thing. And by the way, happy anniversary. Don't you have one coming up?
We do. Almost 10 years together, married. We've actually been together close to 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Howard just said I'm a lot of fun.
We love you both. Thank you, Beth, for checking in.
Nice to talk to you both. Love you, Patty. Love you, Scott. Congratulations.
Bye, Beth.
Bye-bye.
8 o'clock.
She is such an angel. If anybody out there knows what she looks like, you're like astonished by her beauty. She is more beautiful inside.
That wasn't me, by the way.
Than outside.
I think she's beautiful, but I don't.
She's a remarkable
Could that be classed as a legendary radio moment right then?
I hope so.
Scott
My
and
favorite
Stern on
what?
radio.
Howard
Stern insulting Scott Shannon.
The best one. Oh, believe me, that's
What is
nothing.
this?
That is nothing.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Over the years.
Yeah, the history.
But that's really cool to have you two legends on the radio at the same time. Just fantastic stuff.
He didn't know that 1,000 was a thing.
You had to tell him.
Mark Rivera with us. We're going to use his saxophone to help kick off the weekend. That is next on CBS-FM.
The home of New York's greatest hits. WCBS-FM and WCBS-FM HD1 New York.
A radio.com station. 101.9 WCBS-FM, New York.
gentlemen, from the greatest city in the world, New York. It's the Thank God It's Friday, Shannon in the Morning. Yeah. On CBS-FM, New York.
Coming up, our special surprise superstar guest. Today, weekend blast-off music provided by Mark Rivera. I'm a little worried about this because Brad's put together the rehearsal for some live studio on his help. They're playing the part of John Elliott. Yes! From the nearly famous, highly outrageous, but never ever contagious, one and only No Baloney Big Show live radio studio, this is the Weekend Blast-Off Spectacular. If I'm lying, I'm dying. The grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. And now, if everybody is ready,
Reach over, grab your knob, crank up your radio, and get ready to kiss the week goodbye.
Welcome to the weekend.
Monday, Tuesday,
Wednesday,
Thursday, Friday.
what a mess! But I love it. It's our mess.
If radio DJs have taught me anything about radio, it's that you got to do two things. Turn it up and rip the knob off.
The Friday Weekend Blast-Off is on the CBS-FM.
The Big Show, CBS, at House because they're the best. Scott Shannon on the air. He's funny, got good hair. Patty's fueled by his she's been here for the whole ride. John Elliott, what a weasel, so good it should be illegal. Brad Blank's always on it. International correspondent Sue Allen, she's fantastic every day. She's got the traffic blue. Louis super. He's executive producer. And we can't out in a song without Kermit the Wonder Frog. Scott Shannon, take about the Big Show is the best in town. 1,000 shows for Shannon in the morning. Gotta crank it up louder with Shannon and Maddie. 1,000 shows, the biggest show warning. Shows, a bill of good shows is what they told me. 1,000 shows for Shannon in the morning. Gotta crank it up louder with Shannon and Maddie.
1,000. Live from the Radio.com Theater. Are you listening? It's the Shannon in the Morning 1,000 Show Spectacular on CBS-FM.
About a special surprise guest. Let's get ready to rumble.
When the lights go down in the
Theater in Hudson Square. Shannon in the Morning Big Show. Please welcome a rock and roll legend. He sold over 100 million records as a solo star and former frontman from Journey. And now he's back. It's the great Steve Perry. As Mr. Perry enters the studio, that
Makes
crowd
his way
goes
to the
crazy.
stage.
What do you think, Patty?
I think it's amazing.
Hey, Steve, you got to go to work. Where you going?
There's a
Get
lot
up
of
here.
people mad they're not here now.
Hey, man.
I'm a little busy. How are you? My goodness. I'm a little busy, Scott. Gee whiz. Hi. Good morning.
That's our friend Mark Rivera right there. He's in a band. He's in a band too.
What kind of band?
Piano player I work with. Yes, piano player work at Dinner Theater on 34th
It's
Street.
not 34th Street.
Wow, nice. You do standards?
We stand. Yeah.
Unforgettable.
That's what you are.
More like Piano Man. Yeah, he plays that too.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Let me just pick up from the last interview here at Z100, and you got a new solo album. No, that's a
No, I know.
It's a flashback.
I do remember Pirate Radio in Los Angeles.
Oh.
That was a great station with you on it.
Well, unfortunately, it didn't work out that
Yeah,
well.
but
I had to
I
come
loved
back.
it. I really
You had fun with it, right?
I loved it.
Well, where have you been for 24 freaking years?
Wow.
What happened? Where'd you go?
Oh, man, that's the question of the day.
Back. He is. He's coming back.
That's my cousin who just said it.
You got a lot of cousins.
Well, you know, the band was really, really fortunate to be successful. And
Yeah, real successful.
At some point, you know, I got a little bit toasty, a little burned out, and coupled with a serious touring schedule, and like I said, being crispy. And back in the day, we all had a little bit of what we might call extra party behaviors, maybe.
Right.
You know, and when you put the party behaviors together with a little bit burned out, I was toast. And it was an unpopular decision I came up with at the time, which was just to stop. And I told the band, and they were not happy about it. And
I guess not. What do you expect? Well, that's a great idea, Steve.
Let's just end it all. Yeah.
But the biggest thing I was really concerned was the fans, because I knew that it was going to be a painful decision for me to walk away. But sometimes you have to take care of yourself, even if it hurts to do so. You know, you have to do that.
Well, you look.
Did you plan to be gone so long?
Pardon me?
Did you plan to be gone so long?
I did not plan to be gone so long. But once I stopped, there was something great about it.
It was
just
wonderful,
stopping,
the
you know?
freedom, yeah.
I went back to my hometown and hung out with friends and rode my motorcycle on these country roads near the outskirts of Fresno, where I was born and raised. And I got to tell you, there was something cathartic about just stopping.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But talking to Steve Perry, who's back, got a brand new album coming out, brand new single. I read an interview that you did, and you talked about you just wanted to be a person again, and you really did.
Yeah.
You just went right back.
I think that's pretty accurate. I just wanted to step out of the limelight, and you know, being successful in a band like that, it was like, I know this sounds a little bit self-serving, but it really was like, you know, circling the earth. You're kind of up there. You got to come down. You got to land. You got to touch down. You got to go back to your hometown and just be you, not the guy that was on the stage every night. But I must tell you, did I miss it? It was terrible. It was a detox in its own way, you know.
You had to decompress it.
Well, yeah, because the adoration of the fans every night and the applause and being able to live the dream. Because I came from a small town, you know, and it was a dream to get in the music business to start with. But to be able to be successful like Journey was, I mean, it was a dream come true. So walking was tough.
I don't think people understand what a successful band goes through. You basically don't have a life. You don't have any decisions to make because you've got handlers who run you from the car to the hotel, from the hotel to the groupies to the backstage. And
Easy.
Well, run through the group.
We're not going to go there, Scott.
I would imagine
people here.
They're available for whatever. And but you basically, when you go off the road, then you don't know what to do.
It's exactly right. And the point is, how does that be enough? How do you go from here up top of this thing to just being enough on your own, it was a very big change.
I interviewed Roger Daltrey one time.
Oh, he's amazing.
And he said the problem with what we went through was when I was home living with my family, in the morning I wake up and I reach over and grab the phone and try to call room service.
Yeah, I know. I've had
and they said, nobody here. You got to come in down and make your own breakfast.
Same thing happened to me. I went to see my mom right away, and I remember getting up that morning and dialing 9 for an outside line. I swear.
Steve Perry with us live from the radio.com theater. So I know it was so weird because I remember you said in the interview that I read that you're a big baseball fan and, and you love the Giants,
San Francisco Giants,
and
don't get mad.
It was so weird though because you stayed. It's so difficult for a star of your magnitude to do what you did and stay out because there's all these temptations. You get offers, ridiculous money, go back with the band, start your own band, and you just went to the baseball game, and the only time I saw you in quite a while was when you were leading the fans in the World Series game.
Yeah, it was a playoff game, and they came up to me, and they're always so sweet, the San Francisco Giants people. They say, look, we never put you on the Jumbotron, but, we kind of need to get the crowd,
We need you.
It's a Morgan here right now. We're going to lose this game if we don't do something. So would you put it, we'll put you on the Jumbotron. Would you lead everybody with Don't Stop Believing? So I said, well, sure. So I said, only if you play it loud. So they played it loud, and I went down there and started climbing over the seats.
That was a great. See, I don't know if anybody here saw that, but it was just a fan of a baseball team, exuberant and happy, and leading all these other fans. It was great.
I love it, Gene.
The other thing I thought was kind of cool was when you guys get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a lot of people, by the way, congratulations. Mark, as a musician,
I love these guys. These people are great.
Yeah,
I want to take them everywhere with me. Can we get a bus and take them everywhere?
You forgot.
I'll wake up in the
like.
morning. I'll say good morning, and they'll go. See, this would be great.
Mark, you know what it's like when you're expected to do something and you're not. You don't feel right about it. But when you guys got inducted into the Hall of Fame, everybody thought you were going to sing with the band, but you made a very good point when you talked about the guy who now sings your part.
Well, Arnell's an amazing singer, and the kid puts his heart. He's really a great singer, and he puts his heart out into that material every night. I think he's been in the band for 10 years now, so this isn't like a lightweight thing for him. It really is something that his heart's into. He's the singer in the band. I have no business going into that. Really. I mean, it's wonderful that he's singing that material, those melodies, but I just feel that, look, I'm a singer, he's a singer, I'm kind of on his side a little bit.
Yeah, but look, I'll allow you that, but when all is said and done, I think everybody will say the same thing. You, the voice.
Oh, wow.
The voice. No, it's one.
I will.
When you hear it, it's like, that's why.
I will tell you. I'll tell you a funny story. I was interviewing Arnell Pinay. I would say might be 5-6 years ago, and he's on the line, and I said, "Have you ever met Steve Perry?" And you know how young he is. You've talked to him before. Yeah. He's so exuberant. He says, "No, I've never met Steve Perry, but oh my God, he's my hero. If I ever meet him," and I said, "Well, I happen to know him." I just said that, and forgot that part.
You lied about that?
And I said, well, I should have said, well, I met him once. And he said, "Oh my God, you know him?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Oh, could you introduce me to him?" I go like, crap.
Well, I have a story for you. Backstage in the Hall of Fame, we had this wonderful road manager named Harry, and Harry comes inside and says, "Listen, Arnell's outside running up down the halls. He heard you're back here." I said, "Yeah." He said, "I think he's outside your door." I said, "Yeah." He said, "What should I do?" I said, "Well, I'll come out and say hi." So I walked out, and there he was, and there's a lot of pictures on the internet of us hugging each other and meeting for the first time at the backstage of Hall.
That was great.
Yeah. He's the sweetest kid.
I'm surprised. I tell you what, he's such a nice kid. I'm surprised he didn't cry when he met you. No, I'm serious. He is that emotional about.
Okay, should I tell you what I told him?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
Should I?
Yes.
after we had talked and laughed and had a few hugs and everything, I said, Ardell, listen, I need to ask you something. Are they being good to you? Because if they're not, you give me a call. I told him that.
Has he ever called you?
No. Not yet. So I guess they're being good to him.
Yeah. Or he's scared.
The kid does a great job, and you were very kind to take him under your wing and defend him. And I was blown away by the classy way you handled that at the Hall of Fame. I just wanted to mention that.
Oh, thank you.
Now let's get down to business.
Let's get back to you, Scott. This is your 1,000 shows, really, and like 1 million shows in the world.
It's really not a thing.
I mean, come on.
Really not.
To quote Howard Stern.
Just ask Howard. It's not a thing.
But you finally went in there, and I watched the video yesterday that you guys did. Is that your band, or are those studio guys?
Both.
Oh, they're both.
Yeah,
the studio guys.
Some of them cut the record, and some of them are playing live a little bit now and then. We're sort of messing with that. You know?
So are you, there's no plans to tour yet?
Right now we're doing the 1,000 shows with Scott Shannon.
This is a tour.
Current gig, huh?
That's all I know right now.
Well, I want to play the new song, and there's something that goes. The song has a kind of a meaning to it, doesn't it? Does it mean a lot?
It's about two people who meet at a class reunion. They haven't seen each other in years, you know, and they all have their own lives, and she's married and he's married, but they meet together and they talk about old times. They leave the room, go outside, get into her car, and talk about those old times. Then they go drive to a special spot.
I know where you're going.
Everybody has a special spot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
I have a couple special spots, actually.
Okay. Come on now. Heating up.
It's getting steamy in here. Who turned off the AC? Oh. Okay.
So, Steve, finish your damn.
Okay. So they go and they park in this one special spot, and they get in the back seat of her car, and they have a couple of smooches. You know, I like smooching. You know, it's nice. Mm-hmm. And so they do that. They have fun, and they talk about. And it's about that reunion moment of not forgetting what you used to have together. So everybody has those experiences, whether it's a love relationship or just an old relationship, or even the fan relationship years ago. It's about sort of a reunion and seeing your faces again. It's been a long time since I've seen your faces, you know. So it's about multi-level sort of emotional relationship things.
Oh.
Steve Perry.
No erasing.
Steve Perry, his first song in many, many years. It is No Erasing on CBS-FM. Hello, CBS-FM. Steve Perry, ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it for the new single. Now, the album is called Traces.
Right.
And this is the first album for you in how long?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. Maybe 25 years or something like that?
Wow. And then you still got the same voice, huh?
Oh,
yeah.
So do you, by the way.
I had no idea, but he used to listen to me in Los Angeles on pirate radio.
I loved pirate radio.
It was something. Now, do you, on the new album, you still hit the high stuff? That's hard.
I try to hit the high stuff best I can, you know, at this age. But I'm doing pretty good.
You get close, right?
I get close enough.
You get close enough. Well, obviously you don't either have the plans yet, or you're not going to talk about it yet. But we'd love to see you again in concert.
Oh yeah.
I would love to do live shows. We're talking about that, but right now it's hanging out with you.
There's something about you when you're standing up there with the microphone. You have this. You elicit this passion. It's obvious that you love to sing when you do that.
Yeah, and that was the reason I had to leave the group, because I'd lost that passion for it. It really scared me. So
it was just a job.
It became a little bit difficult. I'm not complaining. It was the best thing I ever had.
Did you sing for yourself during that time off?
I've been asked that, and the answer is no. I really had to let it go. I had to walk away. I didn't sing in the shower. I didn't do anything, you know.
Wow.
You didn't sing at all?
No.
Wow.
But you're a damn singer.
I know.
What you do at your gig.
I know. I kind of let it go. I had to let it go for a while, completely.
Welcome back, my friend.
To find it again, you have to let it go.
Welcome back, my friend, to the show that never ends.
No!
Steve Perry. Steve Perry. Steve Perry, ladies and gentlemen. Now, would you guys mind if he came out in the audience and said hi?
We got some selfies to do. I got to get out there and do some selfies.
Steve, do you know how many huge fans are listening right now saying, "Damn it,
I didn't go. I could have been there.
I would have come if I knew
We
that.
did not announce that you're going to be here.
You were
It's kind of a surprise, and you have these Uber fans, as you know, over the years.
I want to congratulate you, really.
Thank you, my friend.
Take care of yourself.
Love you, man.
Congratulations.
8:36. Dan Taylor wandered in here. I saw Dan running around a minute ago.
He's a super fan.
Is he still going on the air at 10 this morning? All right, yes. Jim Ryan said yes, he's going back on. Live from the CBS-FM Big Show Radio.com Theater, celebrating Big Show number 1000, back on a flag.
Scott Shannon!
The undisputed champion of the week.
It's Friday!
Welcome to Friday. The weekend happens here. CBS-FM 101.1.
Celebrating Big Show number 1000. CBS-FM.
Hi, I'm Joan Jett from the Blackhearts, and I want to congratulate you, Scott, on your 1000th show. That is such a milestone. Congratulations, and keep rocking. Love you very much.
Shannon in the morning. CBS-FM.
Here's that. Who was that?
Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar.
Wasn't it? Was that
Joan Jett.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Pat Benatar. Sorry.
Joan Jett. Turn the thing down, please. God's sakes. It is the Big Show, celebrating show number 1000. I guess you know that by now. Dan Taylor out there meeting the fans.
They love Dan.
They do. Well, who doesn't love Dan?
Look at him in that 3-button suit. He
Mark
looks like-
Rivera with us today, and thanks to Steve Perry for coming by. And checking in is the host of an Emmy Award-winning TV show called Dr. Oz.
He's on the phone?
Yes.
I am.
There he is.
Dr. Oz. There he is.
Hey,
So I've been
buddy.
listening attentively.
How have you been?
I've been well. You know, there was such a line of stars to get on your show that a little humble heart surgeon had to wait. I finally broke through. I want to personally congratulate you for 1,000 episodes. I don't know how a young whippersnapper like you can pull that off so quickly.
I don't. Do you have somebody that's waiting for you on the table?
I do, but they've got their finger in the hole.
I don't want.
The meeting has been stemmed for now.
Oh, good.
You know, we talked to you the week that you started your first show, the Dr. Oz show. I remember that. And now you're coming up on your 10th season.
I remember being with you, and I had no real knowledge of what the heck I was getting into, except Oprah warned me, because I'd done her show a bunch of times, and she was my partner as we launched, that I might get a little tired. But it would take at least 10 years because it's so much fun. And she's right. I'm not tired yet, and it's a blast. And it has been, as you know, you've been on radio. You raised us all on radio. That it's a field that gives, because folks that listen and ask questions, they stimulate you, they jazz you, they see you on the street and push you a little bit. It's just fantastic. It has changed my life, and it's been a blessing to keep.
You like being pushed around by strangers?
They do. I tell you, it's better than getting asked for autographs. Who cares about signing your name? I love when they come up and say, hey, listen, there's a health issue. Look at this mole over here. Tell me what I should do about it. Or here, I'm going to turn around and cough to tell me what's wrong.
On the street.
The issue isn't the questions they're asking, it's where they ask them.
I got to tell you what. We appreciate you checking in today. Wonderful, my friend. Congratulations on your 10th year for the Dr. Oz show.
Amazing.
And what do you have next for your next 1,000 shows? Have you thought that through yet?
I'm working on it, Dr. Oz. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Tell Daphne we said hello.
So she loves you and your daughter, too. Take care.
10 before 9 a.m. And now Brad's out there wandering around somewhere in the studio audience.
Hey, Scott.
Dark in the room. Who do you have,
All
Brad?
right, come through here, Teresa. Now, Teresa is a fan of yours from where, Teresa?
Oh, from August of 2003, I think.
1983.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes. I listened to you, Z100. You had chosen me. I won Prince's guitar. few years later.
You remember that, Scott? Prince's guitar?
You won a Prince guitar?
Yes. Wow. I had my picture taken with it. I treasured it. And then a few years later, I needed to go on fertility drugs, and I couldn't afford them. Insurance companies didn't pay for it, so I sold the Prince guitar.
Did you have the baby?
Yes, I did. My daughter is here.
That's way more important than a guitar. Much more important.
And she is here today.
That's the best.
Wait, you got to find out, how much did you get for the guitar?
$25,000.
How much?
Yes.
Should have kept it.
And I never would have sold it.
I
never would have sold it.
We have Chris.
There's the
guitar
right there.
There's the guitar right there, huh?
Nice.
Way to go, buddy. Congratulations. You came from a Prince guitar.
Christina, fantastic stuff. Well, how do you feel that Prince has created you?
Oh, I feel great. It's amazing.
All right, Brad, thank you. And thank you guys for coming by today. Thank you so much. 8:52 and your CBS-FM.
Live from the home of New York's greatest hits.
A radio.com station.
WCBS-FM and WCBS-FM HD1 New York. Now, another 25-minute commercial-free coffee break.
Sponsored by Hackensack Meridian Health. For quick, quality care you can trust, visit hackensackmeridianhealth.org/getcare.
101.5 WCBS-FM, New York.
The Big Show, CBS, 1,000 jokers, they're the best. Scott Shannon on the air, he's funny, got good hair, Patty Steele, nice, she's been here for the whole ride. John Elliott, whether we so good, it should be illegal. Brad Blank's always on an international correspondent. Sue Allen, she's fantastic every day, she's got the traffic. Louie, super, he's executive producer, and we can't out in this song without Kermit the Wonder Frog. Scott Shannon, think about it, Big Show is the best in town. 1,000 shows, we're sharing in the morning, gotta crank it out louder, we're Shannon and Patty. 1,000 shows, the Big Show, 1,000 shows, a bill of good shows, is what they sold me. 1,000 shows, we're Shannon in the morning, gotta crank it up louder, we're Shannon and Patty.
1,000. Live from the radio.com theater. Are you listening? It's the Shannon in the Morning 1,000 Show Spectacular on CBS-FM.
Holy moly. What a morning it has been as we shall celebrate a wonderful run at CBS-FM. Thanks to our friends from Stu Leonard's. I just saw Madison Leonard out there. Wow. A graduate of Cornell. Wow. She's taken that education. She's going to Hollywood to be a movie star. Or maybe I should say an actress. Or actor.
Good for her.
I think you have to have aspirations. All right. Is it time? Is it time yet?
Wow. That's what the table's for.
Is it time yet for the carrot cake, ladies and gentlemen, the big anniversary cake?
Ooh, sparkler candles.
Thank you, ladies. Now, we should thank Lisa from Lisa's Pieces. She makes cakes and pieces of cakes. Lisa's Pieces Cakes. Check them out on Instagram at Lisa's Pieces Cakes. Now, if you can't be here today and you missed Steve Perry or you missed Mark Rivera or anybody else who checked in, you can find all the highlights of the show.
Yeah, Louie is going to post a special podcast with highlights on Scott's Facebook page, facebook.com/Scott Shannon, WCBS-FM. You can also follow CBS-FM on Facebook. Joey from Staten Island is going live here at radio.com theater, so hop on there, facebook.com/WCBS-FM.
And I also did the Steve Perry live on my Facebook page, John Elliott TV. People were commenting on it.
Oh, fabulous.
And it was such a great interview that I just left it up so people can check that out later, too.
Love it.
He was great. When he was so thankful for you people who have been his fans over the years. I think Brad did a little something, too. He did some kind. He tried to get him to tell him the end of The Sopranos, as if they told Steve Perry the end of The Sopranos, what it meant. And thanks to Dr. Ross for checking in this morning, and Beth and Howard Stern for checking in this morning.
That was no big deal.
And our friend Mark Rivera. You know, I never got a chance to introduce you to Steve Perry. They were sitting together. Did you get the feeling that he had no idea who he was sitting next to?
Well, they talked a little bit when they were sitting together.
I know, but I think they just talked about music.
I just said it was a pleasure to meet you, and I could have been a garbage man for all you knew.
Yeah, but you had the sax on your lap.
I don't know if you saw my post for the 100th show on Facebook. There's a picture of the roof of the garden with the keyboard around the whole thing, and then it said Billy Joel's 100th show. Then there's a picture of me, Billy, and Bruce Springsteen. I'm playing the sax, and like, this is great, great, great. And the post said, whatever the date was.
2 stars in me?
2 stars in me. 2 stars in them. No. And at the last thing, the following morning, talk about keeping it real, the following morning, washing machine broke. There's a picture of me with a wrench or a pair of pliers, and I'm like the washing machine repair guy. So that's how you keep it straight, you know?
Exactly. Isn't that what Steve Perry was talking about?
Absolutely. He thought I was was it a Maytag? Or
he wanted to be a person again, he said.
That's me.
I was so touched by the thing that he did for Arnel Pineda when they were on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What a great story, Scott.
And I don't know if you heard the story that I told the other day about, and I didn't think it was appropriate to bring it up this morning with, in a jubilant mood, and it was celebrating his new single and everything, but he saw this girl on TV, I think it was a Lifetime TV special, and he thought she was cute, so he happened to know the producer of that show, so he called and said, "Can you fix me up with her?"
Uh-oh.
And she said, "Well, I'll be happy to, but there's one thing you should know. She's got breast cancer."
Kelly Nash, yeah.
And he said, "I don't care."
Yeah, I want to meet her.
And
they were together for how many
year and a half.
Yeah.
Year and a half.
He said they lived over in Battery Park City, and he was there for her all the way. Yeah.
Why wasn't I notified?
Well, he was here because she was getting treated here, and he was there with her right through.
Guys, I hate to interrupt, but we have a special guest on the phone.
We do.
We've had all kinds of special guests. Who the hell would be interrupting this wonderful show right now?
Hi, Dad.
Everybody.
Hello from DC.
Your greatest production, Scott.
I didn't introduce her because I figured you would know who it was.
Yeah.
You know how
Right, not many other people call you Dad.
You know.
And nobody else brings him to tears.
Nobody else that I know, honey. Now, I want to tell you something, though. There are people in this room right now, in the audience, who remember the first day of your life.
Oh, wow.
In the meantime, you've grown up outside the spotlight, but there were people. Mr. Leonard was on the corner selling pictures.
I remember holding you, all probably 23 inches of you in my arms. So
Kathleen Shannon, professional attorney now.
Wow.
Yes. Yep, and today's my last day in the office at my current job. Yes.
Yes, he's taking a huge pay cut. Which is not the Shannon way to do things.
But
she'll give me some allowance.
Yeah, you're going to back her.
I'm gonna have. She's 30 years old. I gotta have her. She gotta have an allowance. I guarantee you.
I'm going to be a public servant.
Yeah, I think I love what she's doing. I
guarantee you, there's a lot of other parents listening who understand the allowance situation.
Yeah.
I love you, honey. I'll see you soon.
All right, love you. Congratulations.
Bye, Kathleen.
That was awesome.
Bye.
You got a little weepy there for a moment. I saw your eyes glisten. It's your baby.
We're lucky. She's a very special
She's
kid.
She has been from the day she was born. She's
9, thank you, 9:10 at CBS. My friend Dan Taylor is hanging around today. Now, Ross and I worked together for a long time, and Dan and I have known each other for a long time. And fact, I was at his house a couple of times when we were working at different radio stations. And when we're out of town, which is rare, when we take some time off, don't say a word. I know you're out there.
King of all vacations?
That's him. Guess who's here? The king of all vacations, right here. Thank you, Dan, for taking time to come by here. And let's see. And I got to say thanks to Kermit the Wonder Frog for a great job today. Now, Mark, you're working next Thursday, right?
Next Thursday, yes.
Now, you can't tell us who the special guests are.
I don't know until he tells me.
He tells you? Billy tells you?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we were just up in Boston we played Fenway, and Peter Wolf from Jay Giles sat in.
I love him.
Yeah,
I think he's great.
He did us Centerfold, and then Joe Elliott from Def Leppard sang Pour Some Sugar on Me, and that...
Where were you guys?
At Fenway, another little dinner theater.
So your band, the band that you're in with Billy, they know all the words and all the
crazy thing is everyone knows how well we play Billy's music, but it's the greatest bar band they've ever been in. We literally, the guys in the band, Tommy Burns, Chuck Burns, everybody just...
Pour some sugar on me. It's a hard song to do.
It's May. Sugar on May.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
No. But I know the band is great.
We have another very popular singer checking in this morning, a former teen idol. She had, I think, 9 or 10 top 10 hits, sold millions of records. Now she lives in Nevada. She doesn't come around much anymore.
Oh.
Please say hello to Debbie Gibson.
Hello. Happy birthday, dear Scott. Happy birthday to you.
I've known Debbie since she was Debbie, and then she was Deborah, and then she grew up and became Debbie again.
And I actually am in town, but I am on a press day that was all already scheduled up. So I do come around, and I will see you in person, I hope, very soon before this year is out.
You're doing a movie, aren't you, too?
Yeah, I did a movie for Hallmark. I did a sequel to the first movie I did with them 2 years ago, Summer of Dreams. This is Wedding of Dreams.
The Hallmark people,
I bet you can't guess what happened.
Wedding of Dreams with Robert Gant, right?
Yes, it's a fabulous Robert Gant. I love Hallmark. I love them.
When are we going to see it?
You're going to see it September 8th.
Oh.
Yeah, it's coming up really soon. And I play a version of myself, Debbie Taylor, former teen pop star. And I incorporate a lot of my old hits, and I write new stuff for these. And it's super cool. I ran into Leanne Rimes at the party for them recently, and she did a Christmas movie for them, too. And so they love utilizing musical people, and we get to bring what we bring to it. And so it's really cool.
Debbie, you're a wonderful, wonderful inspiration to so many people. We love you, and thank you for checking in this morning.
Well, thank you, and congrats on this milestone. It's unbelievable.
Next time you're in town, you come see us here.
I will. I love you. I'm glad we got to talk and have a great celebration this morning.
Debbie Gibson, ladies and gentlemen. I'm watching Debbie, and I'm looking at the candles on the cake, and I'm going, holy crap, you're going to burn my carrot cake. It's time to cut the cake. Back in a flash at CBS-FM, on the air everywhere.
New York's greatest hits, 101.1 CBS-FM.
In the morning, celebrating show number 1000 on CBS-FM. Now, here's a message from an FOBS, friend of the Big Show.
Hey, it's Kevin Nealon. I'd like to take a few seconds to congratulate Scott Shannon on 1,000 shows. That's 1,000 shows at CBS-FM. You know, when I think back, I think my favorites were probably show number 72, show number 165 and 66,
and shows 633, 819 was very good. It wasn't my favorite, but it was very good. And my favorite 997th show was fantastic. Scott, congratulations. Many more.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
Big show on the radio with a theater that's just packed with people. Now, in this miserable life of radio, most people who are on the radio in the morning, they all hate each other.
No.
But not,
We're not like
but
that.
not everybody. Good morning, Elvis.
Good morning, Scott. How are you, buddy?
Elvis Duran.
Happy 1,000th show. This is fabulous.
How many shows have you done?
5,000.
Yeah, but you didn't think to have a big party, did you?
No, they didn't do anything. They didn't even order pizza for us. But all of you deserve the world, because what you guys have done over there, you've turned that station around. Your careers are in an all-new thrust to the moon. I mean, you guys are really making some noise, and we're so happy for you. Congratulations.
Now, wait a minute. Aren't you still on the air?
Oh, screw them.
So you're keeping my seat warm for me?
Well, that sounds creepy. But you know what?
That is a little creepy, isn't it?
This has been an entire day of people showing you love and kissing your butt, and you deserve it. But let me be the next one. And Patty, my girlfriend, I don't know, you got the better end of the deal having Patty there. You know that.
If anybody could turn you, she could.
Well, she
I tried. It's been many years of trying it.
But you know what? Without you, there's so many of us that would not have careers. We wouldn't. And you know what? And for that, we thank you for all of your years of keeping this business alive. But the fact that you are doing what you are doing now, and in anticipation of your next 1,000 shows, that's what we should be celebrating as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to 5,000 like you. We love you.
Well, listen, happy 1,000th show, and you deserve the best day ever. I love you so much, Scott. Patty, I love you too, my sweetheart.
See you. Bye, Elvis.
Okay, bye.
Have a great show. Thank you.
Bye.
Not many people in heated competition like we are would do that.
He's an angel.
Amen. That's a special guy right there. And speaking of special guys, how about this fella? Bobby Bacala from The Sopranos. And now he's taking it one step further. He's a big star on Blue Bloods. I watch it every week. Steve Schirripa. Tell you what, man, you're doing great. I'm telling you. I was telling Patty the other day, I said, I hope I didn't make him mad when I saw him at a charity event, and I said, you know something? I didn't know you could really act. And I was waiting for him to hit me in the head with his big hand pillow. Because on Blue Bloods, he's great.
Absolutely. My wife's favorite show.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a wonderful show.
Yeah, so we started shooting. We are in the middle of, actually the 4th episode starts today. So we've been shooting, and I'm very happy for you, man. This is a big deal. I've been looking at the show a couple times.
Anytime you want to be on the show, you be on the show. Now, when you first did Blue Bloods, that was just a one shot, like a favor, and they said, wait a minute, they said the same thing I could.
Wow, he can act.
Wow, this guy can act.
So far, I've done 36.
Wow.
That's great.
22 to go, all of them. So it's a great show, great cast, as you know, as popular as ever. Going into the 9th season, happy to be there. We shoot the streets of New York City is like another cast member, and I'm very happy to be here.
Oh. There.
Sopranos and now Blue Bloods, which is just a great show. So I got lucky twice, man. I keep fooling them, Scott.
It's funny because when Steve and I talk, I always ask him about his days out in Las Vegas. He was a maitre d', and then he was an entertainment director, and he knows all the big stars that I grew up with, and I'm always asking him about it. He's kind of like me. He's had about 3 or 4 lives.
Entertainment in Vegas is not what it used to be, you know. Now it's, you know, anybody that got money to pay rent could be on the strip. You rent your showroom and you're Las Vegas entertainer. A little different than the days we remember, you know.
We love you, man. Come see us, Steve. Good luck. CBS 2, Friday nights at 10, Blue Bloods. It is 9:29 at the CBS-FM Big Show table this morning. We got mostly people from the morning show. And I just noticed somebody sat down that's kind of our boss.
Yeah, we're a little scared when the boss comes in.
Oh, you're not coming in here to bag us all, are you? Mr. Jim Ryan, ladies and gentlemen.
You know,
how are you doing?
Scott, I met you October 21st, 1989, and
how high was I?
you know, starting on that day, you've been a mentor to me, and it was quite a thrill 20-some-odd years later sitting at a table with Don Balukas talking about you coming to CBS-FM. And I have to tell you, the hardest thing in my career is to be a program director for one of the greatest program directors in the history of radio, Scott Shannon.
You
so
said that
let me
to
tell
me.
you, you know what he told me that day? He looked at me and said, look, Quincy, you're not going to try to take my job, are you? I said, I promise you.
He said that to me. He said, I got to be nuts.
I'm done with those 12-hour days.
Hiring a legendary program director to work for
I
me.
tell you what, man, you're as good as I ever was, and it's a pleasure to work for you.
Well, thank you, Scott. But I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about you and...
Sounds like a country song, doesn't it? That's enough about me. Let's talk about me.
Yesterday, this entourage showed up at my office. We got a little bouquet that was brought in.
Wow.
And accompanying it was this little note.
Let's hear it for Rocky, ladies and gentlemen. She's
Wow.
up here.
I like the T-shirt.
Accompanying it was this little note from Nashville, Tennessee, and it says, Scott, congratulations on your 1,000th show on the air. Thanks for everything you do to support artists. Love, Taylor, with a little heart. Taylor Swift, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, it's one of
And
the kitties. We were
she
talking
sent her new line of cat shirts for you. Scott, I know you're a dog man, but here you go.
How great is that? That is great.
You know what? I say it before. People like to make fun sometimes, and I talk about what a nice person she is. She's just an inspiration to other artists. I'll tell you that right now.
She was so bummed she couldn't be here and call in for the show. So she sent the flowers and the shirts and the note were hand delivered yesterday.
That's very touching. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Scott.
And I'm still not after your job. Ladies and gentlemen, back in a flash, more. We got more. It's not over yet. We got a lot more coming up. It's the big show, number 1,000 celebration. Where the heck is the cake?
Shannon in the morning, celebrating show number 1,000 on CBS-FM. Now, here's a message from an FOBS, friend of the Big Show.
Hey, Scott, what's up? It's Bob.
Hey, Jason.
Live from Universal Orlando. Congratulations, 1,000 shows.
That's amazing, man. Congratulations to you and your show. It's an incredible thing. We're so honored and happy that you were here to do some of those shows with us.
11 of those shows from Universal Orlando Resort. Big deal, man. Congratulations.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM. Shannon in the morning, celebrating show number 1,000 on CBS-FM. Now, here's a message from an FOBS, friend of the Big Show.
Hey, Scott, this is Nile Rodgers here. I cannot believe you are celebrating your 1,000th show. 1,000. How old are you, bro? Anyway, big love, always from Nile and the Chic Organization.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.
Celebrating Big Show number 1,000. CBS-FM.
I'm waking up with Scott Shannon right now. Who hasn't done that? CBS-FM. Scott, I want to congratulate you on 1,000 shows. CBS-FM. Love you. Taylor Dan. Always.
Shannon in the morning. CBS-FM.
You have to see that video.
Oh, yeah.
She looks good.
She's in bed with a sheet on.
You want to hear that over and over.
Taylor Dane, ladies and gentlemen. I got to thank my friend, the rock and roll bus driver, Anthony McCaffrey. Look at this wonderful look.
Awesome.
That's great. It's a microphone. I don't know what else it does, but it's probably going to do something.
It looks at you and says, "Thank you, Scott Shannon."
Yes, thank you. The rock and roll bus driver, Anthony McCaffrey. Now, you're working Thursday night, right?
Unless someone told you something I don't know.
Do you ever hear me on the air remind you just in case? I do that.
Yeah, once in a while, just in case Mark forgot he's got a gig this Thursday, yes.
I guess
I wait for that.
Mark will be on stage with Billy Joel at the Garden. Which number show is it?
101.
101. Hello.
The 101.
I violated CBS-FM rules this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to eat in the theater.
Oh.
That's why only he was eating.
Patty, that sounds very piggy.
While he was going, and I'm like, don't do that. That's not fair to us.
I tell you what, Lisa's Pieces, they're on Instagram. Great cakes. All I can vouch for is the carrot cake is absolutely delicious. Thank you to Stu Leonards. Thank you, Madison, for coming by this morning.
Adorable.
Good luck in Hollywood, my dear. You have a great personality. I'm sure you'll do well. Thanks to Stu for supplying breakfast this morning. Our friends from Trio, low-calorie organic fruit drinks infused with birch water. And our program director, Jim Ryan, and Dermot O'Neill. The Entercom New York market manager, Susan Larkin. Thank you for a great
and our wonderful
video.
Promotion department. These guys work, and they're working overtime because tomorrow is Saturday in the Park. So they did this for us, and they're working again tomorrow. It's,
if you're on Long Island, we're going to be there.
Karina, Raquel, Jessica. And Jessica, of course, this is her last day.
Bye, Jessica. We love you.
And Juliana, our intern, it's also her last day.
Yeah.
Monday's going to be really sad.
Thanks to Tommy James and his manager, Carol Ross, for the wonderful cake. Very nice to have your support. Broadway Bill Lee, thank you for coming by. Dan Taylor, Joe Causey, Ross Britton, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Thank you.
And a special mention to Dave Stewart, who's probably not listening. He's sound asleep right now.
Yeah, really.
And our crack engineering team, too, to put this together.
Henry, Steve, and Jim, the engineers on duty. Kermit the Wonder Frog made a special appearance on the show this morning, even though he didn't know he was doing it.
Not a clue.
And Joey from Staten Island and Christian for the photos and the videos. Now, people want to see what happened here today. What do they do?
All they have to do is go to, there's a bunch of different things you can do. First of all, you can follow us on Facebook at radio.com. What is it? Where are we? CBS-FM.
Give me that thing.
No, I got it. I can do it. Facebook.
You can't handle the promo.
But we're going to fight. Facebook.com/WCBS-FM. We also, you can see everything on Facebook.com/Scott Shannon WCBS-FM. And then, of course, at WCBS-FM on Instagram and Twitter.
I'm out.
I know.
It was a surprise.
Thanks to our friends from Concord Records for bringing Steve Perry by. Thanks for Mark Rivera for bringing Mark Rivera by. I don't know if Steve still knows what you do. I'm sorry I didn't introduce you properly.
No worries.
Steve Perry says, you have a little, what are you, a cabaret band? I tried to hint around. I said, he knows piano, man. He said, you guys play piano, man.
Yeah, at the end of every night, yeah.
That's a lapse in professionalism, and that's on me. Right, Brett? You know that. Thank you to Taylor Swift, Beth Stern, that guy had Liz with her, Elvis Duran.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's not. What is it? It ain't no thing.
Steve Schirripa, Dr. Oz, and 613 appreciated.
Yeah.
And most importantly, the friends of the Big Show, FOBS, and our P1 listeners in the studio audience today. I hope I didn't forget anybody. Oh, Brad Blanks, thanks for coming by.
What about Louie?
Louie, who produced this mess. Anything bad that happened was beyond his control, I promise.
Raise your hand if we forgot you.
Ross Britton, thank you. Patty Steele, thank you. And over there, the weather weasel. John Elliott! And Sue Aller and her...
Listen to that
and
crowd.
her entourage.
Listen to the crowd. They're polythespian.
Yes! Yeah, now you know why we stopped doing that, don't you?
Why? Because it's popular?
It's fun.
Have a great weekend. Thank you for listening. We love you for being a listener of the Big Show. Pray for our troops, our police officers, our first responders, our firefighters, and bye, Buckaroo.
Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Shannon in the morning, celebrating show number 1000 on CBS-FM. Now, here's a message from an FOBS, friend of the Big Show.
Hi, this is Peter Asher. Back in the 60s, once the Beatles unlocked the magic gates to America, all of us who were part of the British invasion came rushing over here because we loved American music. What we didn't know about was the amazing American DJs. So we were all so impressed and astonished by the skill, the great music they played, and how they did it. Now, only the very best of those DJs, of course, survived. And the very best of them, like my dear friend Scott Shannon, are still around today, playing great records and doing shows that are as imaginative, as creative, as convincing, and as enticing as they ever were back in the day. And amazingly, we are here today to celebrate the 1000th show by Scott Shannon on CBS-FM. An amazing achievement. Scott's better than ever and rocking as never before. And thank you very much.
Shannon in the morning, CBS-FM.